Do 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 do.
Today, on Live from Ahch-To, a Star Wars podcast.
Chewie, we're home.
Look how old you've become.
1/4 portion.
Sanitation.
What's that smell?
Sanitation.
Garbage!
I've been swimming in raw sewage.
Sanitation. Sanitation.
I love it. I love it.
And welcome back, troopers, to episode 10 of Live from Ahch-To, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, TJ, and I like my Star Wars with a little extra Star Wars and a side of Star Wars. So let's talk about Star Wars. Today we're discussing Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, released almost 8 years ago. I was apparently living in a cave deep within Hoth's frozen tundra wasteland at the time, as I totally missed out on the release and surrounding anticipation of this installment. I recently watched this movie for the first time, having already seen quite a bit of the content that came after, so I didn't quite have the excitement and perspective the Star Wars fandom had at the time it came out, which was not having had any live-action Star Wars since 2005's Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I thought The Force Awakens was okay. While I felt that the Resistance versus First Order paradigm was a bit of a step backwards, and the Star Killer base was a bit redundant and unimaginative, I thoroughly enjoyed everything Han Solo brought to the story. I enjoyed seeing Han Solo do everything I wanted to see Han Solo do in a Star Wars movie. Sharp banter, daring pilot feats, tug at my heartstrings, and of course, blasting stormtroopers. So what do you think of Star Wars The Force Awakens? Was it a refreshing reboot that brought Star Wars back to the forefront, reviving the greater franchise? Or is it a lazy fan service rehash of the original Star Wars with a limited scope and no world building? These perspectives and more on today's episode. So submit your blaster for inspection and tell that to Kanji Club as we dig into Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Our first guest today is Sterling Turlington from Sterling, Connecticut. Thank you, Sterling, for joining us today to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Hi there. I'm Sterling from Sterling.
Yes, you are. So what are your thoughts on Star Wars The Force Awakens?
It's okay, I guess. But I honestly don't know who this movie is for.
Interesting. How do you mean?
Well, it can't be for the OG fans, because there's no Luke Skywalker in it.
Yes, I agree. I was extremely let down by the absence of Luke in this movie.
Yeah, Han Solo is cool, of course, but...
Yes, very cool.
Yeah, but we don't get much Princess Leia.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think she has maybe 6 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, and it can't be for anyone that liked those prequel movies, as there are zero references to them.
Yeah, that's another really good point.
Yeah. It's like this movie is made for the casual moviegoer that ain't seen no Star Wars except for the original when they were in 5th grade, and nothing else, like Jar Jar Abrams' pants. I guess it worked, considering how much money it made.
Indeed. What were the box office totals? Almost $3 billion worldwide?
Yeah, over $930 million domestically. My urologist saw it 17 times across 4 states in about 4 dozen movie theaters.
Really? Your urologist? That's insane.
Yeah, heck yeah it is. Now multiply him by an umpteen number of fanatic fans and basement-dwelling fanboys, full of Mountain Dew, with cheese dust on their fingertips. Well, I guess that's who this movie was for.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I answered my own question.
Yes, I think you did. Well, did you find any value in the movie at all? I really enjoyed Han Solo in this movie. Harrison Ford looked like he was having a lot of fun.
That's not how the Force works.
Not really. Everything negative outweighs the positive for me.
Oh, really? How so?
The whole space Matt MacGuffin thing didn't work for me.
Yeah, I really didn't buy into that either.
Yeah. What is it with Star Wars and maps?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the scenes with people talking just seem to be empty exposition to bridge between the action sequences.
Yeah, I can see that.
Tell that to Kanji Club.
Yeah. The coolest thing I thought was 3PO's red arm. It was visually interesting and had an untold story behind it.
Yes, I agree. I thought that was a really cool detail and wondered what 3PO had gone through.
Yeah. That's totally his hold my beer arm. But Anthony Daniels was a little about it and apparently complained to J.J. McAbrams' face the entire time about it during filming.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. to the point that J.J. Abraham and cheese sandwich caved in and had it fixed in that very last goodbye scene in post, so the arm was gold again as a gift to Daniels.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's too bad. I really thought that red arm was cool.
Yeah, it's super lame. I'd have just given him a stool softener and told him to chill the out.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you notice that nobody ever has to go to the bathroom in Star Wars?
The bathroom?
Yeah. Why is that?
I'm sorry, why is what?
Don't these characters ever need to take a dump? I'd hate to use the Falcon's can after a chewy double space Chipotle deuce.
And thank you, Sterling, for joining us today to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens. Great to hear from you. Up next is Wayne Wainwright from Wayne, New Jersey. Thanks for calling in, Wayne, to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Hey there. Thanks. Can we talk about Ahsoka?
Ahsoka? Sure. That's the new show, right? I haven't watched it yet. I still need to get through Rebels.
Yeah, exactly.
What exactly?
I didn't watch Rebels or Clone Wars or that last Trolls movie. I don't watch cartoons, 'cause I ain't 7 years old anymore, you know?
Okay.
And so I don't know what the is going on. I know Ahsoka a little bit from Mando and that Boba crap pile of steaming crap.
You mean the Book of Boba Fett?
You ever been constipated and had sonic diarrhea at the same time?
Well,
Like never eaten a bite of fiber in your whole life ever, while also being lactose intolerant while working at Baskin-Robbins? That's Boba Bumkiss.
Right. It was mentioned in a previous episode that...
I'm talking flaming Wookiee chili cook-off when there's only one John Boy and you're at the end of the line behind 20 gas-happy Wookiees hoping there'll be a square left for you.
I don't have a square to spare.
That's Boba farting. And your mouth was open.
Okay, getting back to your point about Ahsoka...
And what is it with Star Wars and maps? The map to Skywalker? The map to Exoflock of Seagulls? The map to better than Ezra and Admiral Ding Dong?
And Ezra and this Admiral are new characters?
No! Apparently not. But I don't know, because I don't watch cartoons and so I don't know what the is going on. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I can see how that can be frustrating. It's a lot to catch up on if you haven't been watching all along.
Yeah. And the whole find the thing to get the thing is definitely an overplayed trope in Star Wars these days. I feel like I'm drinking an Ahsoka Cola.
I'm sorry, drinking a what?
Ahsoka Cola. It's like when you drink a Coke but you forgot to take your insulin for your diabetes. Now you're all up and...
And thank you, Wayne, for joining us today to talk about...
And what about those 16 dumbass questions on that dang IO9 website?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't look at that website.
Let me save you the trouble, TJ. They're idiots.
Sure. Okay.
It's another slideshow, too. Those are the worst, but hey, they gotta make them sweet-ass ad revenue monies, right?
Sure, I guess.
Question 1. Will there be an Ahsoka Season 2?
I don't know. I keep telling you I haven't watched any of that yet.
Answer. Who cares? The question actually should have been, is there gonna be Rebel Season 6? The answer to which is also, who cares?
Oh, come on now. I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there that care.
4 words. Cheese dust and fingertips.
Okay, fair enough.
Question 2. How will Sabine and Ahsoka get back?
Back from where?
Back from the store, numbnuts. Ahsoka ran out of fabric softener. Seriously, though, it's obvious. Either a space whale or that world between worlds bullshit where time doesn't exist.
Okay.
Seriously, too easy. Ahsoka jumps off a cliff, dies, goes to the place, then pulls Sabine through a portal, then they go through another portal, exactly like they did in that Lego Holiday Special a few years ago.
I thought you didn't watch cartoons.
F*** off, I like Lego, okay? And my nephew was watching it, so f***ing sue me for remembering shit.
Sure. Sorry.
The real question here should be, who the is Sabine? Because I still don't know. Question 3.
How many questions are there?
16. Go get a snack or something. Question 3. Why is Peridea Dingleberry where Ahsoka and Sabine need to be?
I don't know. I presume that's a new planet from the show?
Bingo! Answer. And it's obvious even for a putz like me because she was looking at the hermit crab hobbit-looking things when she said it.
The hobbit-looking what?
Oh, they're so cute. You're gonna die when you see them, TJ.
If you say so.
Little hermit turtle things with little vests and hobbit-looking outfits. How do they put the vest on under their shell? I don't know, but it's cute, so it.
Okay.
Anyway, these little crumb snatchers need protecting now that Ezra's gone. Question 4.
Protecting from what?
Those hot toys looking, Red Rider, samurai looking weirdos? Just watch the show. Stop asking questions. Question 4. What is Balin's plan?
Okay, and who's...
If you ask me who the Balin is, I'm going to give you titty twisters. I don't know. They never really say. He was a Jedi. But who cares? Because Ray Stevenson died. The end.
Oh my god, I was heartbroken when I found out Ray Stevenson died. I really liked him.
Yeah. Best Punisher in the worst Punisher movie. Anyway, the answer is the One Ring or similar Lord of the Rings.
I'm sorry, what?
She's standing on the fucking Argonaut for some reason.
The Argonaut? Like, seriously?
Yeah, it's like a cut and paste right from the Fellowship. They took the Argonaut side with the beard, they did that frame flipping thing, and then they put Ray Stevenson on the reaching arm. It's just right out of the fucking Lord of the Rings.
Wow, that sounds crazy.
Anyway, speaking of, question 5, what will happen with Ray Stevenson's death? Answer, he's dead. Disney ain't touching that one. If they had balls, they'd recast. My vote is for Bob Mould.
Bob Mould from Husker Du?
Yeah, now shut up. Question 6, what's next for Shin Hate?
Shin who?
Answer, who gives a f***? She said like 6 words throughout the whole thing. Question 7. What is Thrawn's big plan?
And this is the new Admiral Thrawn character that's not new because of Rebels?
Ding ding! You want to roll a Star Wars doggy-doo bags?
Gee, thanks.
Answer. His plan is to do Empire shit. Question 8. Why is Thrawn interested in Dathomir?
Okay, I do remember that one from Clone Wars. Does this tie in with the Night Sisters?
You tell me. I didn't watch that shit. The answer is because he needs their spells and shit, so he's giving them a lift home so they can get their space Harry Potter magic shit.
Harry Potter?
Question 9. What will Ezra do in the New Republic?
So Ezra makes it back and Ahsoka doesn't?
Thank you for paying attention. Answer. He's gonna go home. Maybe get some bantha filet with extra pickles and hopefully help redesign dim New Republic uniforms because they look like Old Navy meets Spirit Halloween backroom shit.
Yeah, if those are the same uniforms from The Mandalorian, they're not great.
Yeah. Question 10. What's up with Jason Sindula?
Jason who?
Exactly. Who the cares? He's a kid. Get him an Xbox or something. Question 11. Did Ezra know what Sabine did for him?
What did she do?
Doesn't matter. And yeah, he knows. They totally inferred she told him everything, right?
I don't know. Did they?
I'm just annoyed that she never complimented him on his beard.
His beard?
Yeah, first words out of her mouth should have been, hey, nice beard, asshole.
How do you know he didn't have a beard before if you didn't watch Rebels?
Because they showed him earlier without the beard, numbnuts. Question 12. Will Force Ghost Anakin play a larger role in the future? Answer. Of course he will. Jeebus. Question 13.
Wow, Force Ghost Anakin?
Yeah. Super exciting. Anyway, question 13. We're still wondering, when did Ahsoka meet Luke? Answer, probably Space Match or some Star Wars hookup website for Randy Force users.
Space Match?
Question 14. How did Thrawn know Anakin? Answer, because he knows how to read. Question 15. Can just anyone use the Force? Answer, no.
Okay, I agree with you on that one.
And finally, question 16. Are either Sabine and Ahsoka susceptible to the dark side? Answer, of course they are. All Jedi are. That's why the dark side's so dangerous.
Wow, that was a lot.
Spoiler alert, TJ. It really wasn't. Besides, they still haven't asked a real question yet.
Which is what?
Somehow Palpatine returned.
And up next we have Warren Warrenton from Warren, Minnesota. Thank you, Warren, for calling in today to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Oh, thanks, but I thought we were talking about Ahsoka.
Not really. That was just the last guest.
Because I'm having some issues with it.
Sure. Okay.
So, they showed us those, space whales at the beginning of Mando Season 3.
Yes, I remember those. I have no idea what those things were.
Well, they're, space whales called Purgles that can naturally travel through hyperspace.
Okay, cool. And where do you know that from?
Oh, it's from Rebels.
Oh, of course it is.
So does that mean, the Purgles took Ezra and grabbed Admiral Thrawn to another galaxy? Because that's kind of nuts.
I don't know. I haven't watched any of that yet.
Because if Lightspeed was real, and we had Lightspeed here on Terra, it would still take over 100 years to reach the nearest star system.
I'm sorry, what's Terra?
Well, Terra's Earth.
Oh, okay. Then it would actually take a little over 4 years to reach Alpha Centauri at light speed from Earth. But I get what you're saying. It does seem like hyperspace in Star Wars is way faster than what light speed actually is.
Well, it'd have to be, right? It seems like in Star Wars, once you jump to hyperspace, you can be anywhere in 5 or 6 minutes. And going back to The Force Awakens, it's obvious that outside of lens flares, J. Jonah Abrams doesn't know anything about how any of that works. The part where the First Order guys fire on the Amazon Prime planet where the New Republic Center of Excellence was.
Yeah.
There's no way Han and Finn would have been able to see any of that from the pub. They were hanging out on a completely different planet, you know?
Yes, I am totally with you there.
Yeah, J.J. Specklepants has no idea how big space is or how far away stuff is. It's like he thinks he can look out of the window of his office in Hollywood and just see the Eiffel Tower with no problem. And that's a problem.
Indeed, huge problem.
Yeah, and he did the same thing in his Star Trek movie back in 2009.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't really watched much Star Trek outside of the original series.
Good Lord.
Oh, geez, I mean, don't get me wrong. It looked good for the most part outside of all the lens flares, but wow, so many problems.
So what were some of the problems?
Well, the big one was Spock. Mr. Spock, he's watching Vulcan being destroyed from a completely different planet. Just like Han and Finn seeing whatever that New Republic planet was getting destroyed from a completely different planet.
Sounds like poetry to me.
Oh, yeah. Totally rhymes.
Well, thank you so much, Warren, for joining us today to talk about Star Wars, space whales, and Star Trek. Great to hear from you. And finally, we have Mary Manchester from Manchester, Maryland. Thank you for joining us today, Mary, to talk about Star Wars The Force Awakens. Unless you want to talk about Ahsoka.
Yeah, I do. Totally. I'm from England, by the way. I just live in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Mary.
So, how exactly does an ancient witch map tell you where some blokes are that were randomly taken away by some cosmic space whales are located?
I don't know. Like I said, I still haven't watched Ahsoka or Rebels.
I mean, that's like going to Stonehenge to find out where your stepsister's babysitter's orthopedist is having tea and biscuits, right?
Sure. I guess.
Oh, and you know how the faster you travel, the slower time passes?
I think so.
Well, it does. And I was hoping for a time skip past the sequel trilogy when they travel back to their galaxy. That would be so lovely, wouldn't it? It would really fix everything. Instead, we're still going to be stuck with it.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Bloody hell. Such a missed opportunity. Oh, and mild spoiler alert, I thought that the mystery Inquisitor guy was totally going to be Ezra before Ahsoka cut his numpty ass down expelling his broccoli dogfot-looking Sith essence.
Okay. And what's an Inquisitor?
Those Jedi hunters in black with those crazy spinning lightsabers, they work for Darth Vader. They were introduced in Rebels, and were also in the Obi-Wan show.
Right. It's looking like I really need to watch Rebels before getting into Ahsoka. I did finish Clone Wars and Mando, so I feel caught up on the character. I haven't watched Obi-Wan yet either, though.
Don't waste your time with Obi-Wan. It's a 2-hour movie stretched out over 6 episodes.
Okay, so none of it is worth watching then?
Just skip to the final showdown with Vader towards the end. Rebels, though? Yeah. It ended on a cliffhanger with Season 4. Ahsoka picked up with that story and is pretty much Rebels Season 5 in live action.
Okay. I get it now.
They even teased that at the end of Mando Season 3 when they showed Zeb.
Oh yeah, we had a previous guest that got very excited about that.
Excited? He spilled hot tea on his member.
Next time on Life from Ahch-To, a Star Wars podcast.
I am Boba Fett. I knew you were Boba Fett. I am Boba Fett. Bilbo Baggins. Boba Fett. My name is Boba Fett.
Bilbo!
Boba Fett.
Bilbo!
Boba Fett. Bilbo Baggins. I am Boba Fett. My name is Boba Fett. Bilbo. Boba Fett.
Bilbo!
Boba Fett. Bilbo Baggins.